let's talk about IELTS reading today. In this video, I will be talking about some last minute tips for your IELTS reading. I know academic reading especially it is difficult for you people, but then you always keep on practicing and finding for ways how you can score good marks in that. So this video will help you to score 7 band, 8 band very easily with these tips. So make sure you watch the video till end, because I'll be talking about different type of questions and what to do even if you are not able to understand the passage, or you have difficulty doing it, you are running out of time, whatever the reason may be, but this video is going to help you during your exam. Okay, so let's start with the video. So IELTS reading, the first I'm going to talk about true, false and not given. So true, false and not given type of questions are always confusing for you. So if you think you do not understand what to do and all, if you are stuck, so what you should do is, the easiest tip is, if you have a longest question statement, so it is a quite long statement, and that too again the language is difficult, you are not able to understand how to find it there in the passage, and then you are struggling with time. So what you should do it, without having a second thought, you should mark it true. So the longest question statement is, that's going to be true for sure. The second is, if you come across these keywords in the question statement, the keywords are all. If all is there anywhere in the question, if never is there, no, any or every. So if you come across any of these keywords in your question statement, so make sure you make this question false. So the longest ever is true, and if the question contains these keywords, it's going to be false. And if you are reading a statement, question statement, and if you think it's talk about more than, as compared to, or than, so these keywords will make it not given, because more than means they are talking about comparison, more than, less than, comparison. What happens when you read a passage, they don't talk about comparison quite a lot. So they only talk about one aspect of something, not the second, that is missing. Since the comparison is missing, you cannot make it either true or false. So that's going to be a not given one. Okay, so this true, false, not given will help you quickly if you are getting stuck or you don't know what to do. The second type of question I'm talking about is filling the blanks. Now in filling the blanks, what you do is, you read the question and then having that particular keyword from the question. Keyword is like the important words. So having those important words or the keyword from the question, you go to the passage, you skim it, you scan it. After scanning, you come to the location. So location of a particular question, it means those 1 or 2 lines would be having the correct answer. So I know students can easily find that location, but the real struggle starts when you have these 2 lines in front of you, and these 2 lines means around 25 or 30 words are there. But out of these 25 words, which word is the answer? That is the trickiest part. So what you need to do is, so once you read it, make sure you especially focus on the word before the blank. Before the blank in the question. Let's say this is the question, before the blank you have a. Before the blank you have an. Before the blank you have some. So whatever the word you have before the blank, at your location of the question, you search these words. And wherever you get this word, or whatever the word is written there in the sentence, after a will be your answer. Whatever is written after an will be your answer. Whatever is written after some will be your answer. So pick the following word. Following means next. Pick the next word from the location area. But if you really want to use that tip, make sure you learn scanning quickly. Focus on the keyword, scan the location, but just the appropriate location, this tip is going to help you. If you are not able to find the location, then it's difficult, right? Okay, but yes, that's true. This tip gonna help you a lot, and you can quickly find out the answer even if you do not understand the sentence nicely, even if there are advanced vocabulary words. So that will be easier for you to do. The next I'm talking about now, headings. So headings, as you know, are again quite challenging, like what to do or how to find it. So the very first is, if you think somewhere like the heading says future, projection or will, you are reading the headings, the options, right? And if any of the options says will, would, projection, future, prediction, so these keywords always relate that the heading would be related to last paragraph. It is a universal rule of writing, or it is a thumb rule of writing, that people always start talking about from past, then they come to future, and just in the end they talk about future. So if the question is about future, for sure the answer would be there in the last paragraph, nowhere else. The next is, if you come across many numbers in the paragraph, so numbers, they are quite visible. You need not to actually read it fully, but yes, numbers can be seen from a distance. So if you see there are many numbers in the paragraph, so what you have to do, you quickly have to read that options for heading, and you have to find out somewhere if they are using statistics or figures. So many numbers means statistics or figures, that is going to be the correct answer. Okay. Third we have is example. If you see that there is some example given in the paragraph, so if any example is there in the paragraph, it means the correct answer is going to be a heading wherein they talk about exemplify or reference. So if there is a reference word, if there is an exemplify word there in the options, so that is to be the correct answer. The next is, you are reading a paragraph and you'll see that the paragraph has a process of making something. They are making chocolates, they are making tea, or they are making paper clips, anything. So making something and talking about machines, some machines they are talking about. So it means they are talking about the process of something. So the heading would be how it works. So you have to find out how it works. That's the correct answer. The next is, if your heading says somewhere global or international. Okay, so if you come across a word global or international in any of the headings, so what you have to search quickly in the passage, you have to search the name of countries. So when many countries names are discussed in the paragraph, so name might be 2 countries, 3, 4, 5 countries. So these many countries names means the heading must be related to some global or international aspect. The next thing is, if there is a survey given. Survey in the paragraph means the heading would be related to research. So survey in the passage and research in the options. So you'll quickly read the options and see research. Okay, and then another thing, if I'll talk about how to find out the headings, you just have to read the beginning 2 lines and the last 2 lines of the paragraph, since the starting 2 lines of the paragraph are the introduction of the paragraph and the last 2 lines are the conclusion of the paragraph. So these opening and closing lines will help you to choose the appropriate heading. Don't read the entire paragraph, waste your time and then go for the heading. Okay. So next we have is writer's name and matching information type of question. So when you have like so many statements given in the form of question, and at the same time down there they'll give you a list of writers. So what you have to do, you have to search the writer's name in the passage and then you have to answer the question. So now generally in these kind of questions, what I have seen students doing, what do? They read the first question and then they read that information in that entire passage. So just for one question they read the full passage and they keep on doing the same thing again and again. So if there are 7 questions, they actually read the entire passage 7 times, which is a time consuming process. Okay, time consuming means you are wasting a lot of your time, that will again make you feel panic. So don't do that. How you have to do it, this matching information kind of thing, the very first is, don't go by sequence of question, because sequence of question you will not be getting the answers in sequence here. So what happens in IELTS reading, actually one special thing is you always have to follow the sequence of question, whether it is your true false not given type of thing, you have these multiple choice questions, you have filling the blanks, you have short answer type of questions. Okay, so these kind of questions you will always find in sequence. If it is the first question, that will be there in the first paragraph. second question, you will be getting after first question only. If it is fourth question, it means you just have to find it out. You found the third question. So after that, or in the following line or in the following paragraph, you will get the answer of fourth question. So you always get the questions in the sequence that will help you save your time. However, if I talked about except, so follow the sequence of the question always except these kind of questions. When you get a list of writer's name and matching that information, make sure you will never be getting answers in sequence. And another thing is for headings. For headings also, it's pretty clear that answers will never be in the sequence. If these are in the sequence, there is no need to find, right? First paragraph, first heading, second paragraph, second heading, third paragraph, third heading. So there is no fun of doing it, right? So only these two type of questions are in the jumbled format, otherwise the rest all are in sequence. So specifically for this, what you have to do it, don't go by sequence of the question, go by the name of the writer. So don't read the question first, just read all the questions together quickly to have an overview what kind of information they are talking about. Then go to the list, writer's name list. Read the first person's name. You have read that name. Now do one thing, choose the name of the writer. So go to the passage and search for the name of the writer, that particular person. And when you get the name of that particular person, writer, scientist, whosoever is, so you just have to read the statement given in inverted comma. Inverted comma is like this. So in entire paragraph, let's say there are 5 sentences. Out of 5, only 1 or 2 sentences are given in inverted comma. So don't waste your time in reading all those 5 sentences. Read only that first or second line that's there in inverted comma, because a person's opinion is always mentioned in inverted comma. And this is what you are going to search for. Who has spoken this? So that must be given in inverted comma. So do not read the entire paragraph. Reading the entire paragraph will kill your time, and you don't have that much time in exam to be killing, right? So just read that inverted comma one. So these are the last minute tips for reading. Watch that video nicely, note down these things on the paper, and if you have your exam in the coming week or might be tomorrow or day after tomorrow very soon, make sure these tips will help you a lot and you can easily get your desired score. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and just tell me how do you like it. Okay, all the best.